Hey, what's up? What's going on? Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit of Paladins right now, and then just to show off some gameplay, and then I'll show you sort of what the setup is after. But I'm playing on my old ThinkPad right now. Um, I'm just using the iGPU on my Intel processor, and so we're playing through GeForce Now, just game streaming because can't game and stream on an iGPU this old. But it works pretty well. And yeah, I'll show you some of the peripherals I'm using, but all in, I mean, this is under 200 bucks, honestly. You can do it for a little bit more. I put 250 just in case you wanted to get a little extras here and there. But yeah, this is going to be pretty sweet. Just gotta wait for a game. Here we go. All right. So I'm gonna try to play someone a little fast paced, like Victor or something. Um, Siege and Ice Mines. Yeah, we'll play Victor. Um, Yeah, so basically the idea here is that I have a old ThinkPad running a Intel i7 7500U. I think the i5 6300U, so the 6th gen i5, is totally capable of this. I don't recommend going 5th gen because you lose some of the codec support on the iGPU. Not that we're going to use it today, but it's just a nice to have, especially if you want to do some video editing, very light video editing on the side. If you want to like try to work on like amateur YouTube gaming kind of content. But the laptop is basically we're playing GeForce Now, streaming at 720p 30, and oh great, all right, match error. And then the screen is mirrored, display is mirrored out to a little capture card. Puts it back into the laptop, so the laptop doesn't have to do display capture, which is helpful. And then the video capture card is also downscaling to 720p for us because my laptop screen is 1080p. And the whole thing is streaming 720p 30 FPS using Intel QuickSync, and it works pretty well. As you can see, I mean, the quality it's a little soft because everything's 720p, but hey, for like 200 bucks, this is not bad. And then I have like a $10 mouse here. And I'm using the webcam on the laptop. I have a headset, but I'm not using it right now. I'm just using the speakers and microphone on the laptop. My headset's been giving me some trouble lately. I might have to get a new one. You can pick up a headset for like 20 bucks too. So that's why I put it at like $250. Like if you wanted to get the 6th gen i7 with 16 gigs and a headset, then you're probably looking at $250. But yeah, overall it's pretty good setup. And the nice thing about having like an older, nice little ThinkPad like this is that you can use it for other stuff, right? You can go to school, use it for homework, work, schoolwork, travel, and if you ever like upgrade later on, you get like a Xbox or something, you want to stream with a PC, like it's even easier to stream without playing on the computer. But you still are limited with an iGPU. You're not gonna be doing fancy transitions. You're gonna have like 100 scenes like a lot of streamers do. But for like a basic, this like gameplay with like a little bit of a camera thing going on here, it's definitely possible to get away with doing something like this on an old iGPU. Right? And so, I mean, for those of you who are watching, you can probably see that this is 30 FPS. But also, if you haven't tried GeForce Now recently, like I put this down for about a year, stopped using it. Then Google killed Stadia, and then they released these like gaming Chromebooks. They're like based on, like the entire premise is that like they're like 120 hertz, like low latency, and you're supposed to like hook up to GeForce Now, and they claimed latency of like 80 milliseconds, like total end-to-end input latency, which is like pretty close to like what last gen consoles were. And so I was like, what? There's no way. Because last time I tried GeForce Now was like a few years ago, and it definitely felt like it was like, over 100, maybe even 200 millisecond delay for input latency. And so, 80 is really good. And playing on this, like, yeah, I mean, I have a desktop with a 1070 Ti. This does not feel nearly as responsive as that, but it does not feel like I'm playing like on a potato server 100 million miles away. Honestly, because I'm playing keyboard and mouse, it feels more responsive than like playing. I grew up on Xbox 360, so like it feels more responsive than that. Like playing Halo 3 with a controller on Xbox 360, like this feels better than that. And mostly because it's just mouse and keyboard is like a little more control. But yeah, so I'm just gonna play some games, and then after this game, maybe I'll go and I'll like show some listings or something on like actually buy to set this up. This is like, I mean, obviously I'm not gonna like go out and do this just for fun, but honestly, like if you don't have anything at all, but you kind of wanna try streaming, you wanna see what it's all about. I mean, like your dad probably has an old ThinkPad or HP ProBook or Dell Latitude, like some old office computer lying around that, as long as it's like 6th gen or newer, so like, 2016, 2017, then like you can do this. And if it's even newer than that, then like that's better. But like, I think most people have uh, like an old laptop lying around that you might be able to use, or you might have something in the house already. Or if you don't, then like this is $250, right? Ask for it for Christmas, get set up, try streaming out, and you can get a little in before you go all in on like a $1,500 gaming PC, or you buy like a $400 console, and then all that stuff. But this is pretty sweet. And like I said, even if you get a console, right, you can get like an Xbox. You got to get a capture card with HDMI pass through then, but you can hook up the Xbox to this laptop, use the laptop as the encoder and as the webcam. Now I probably wouldn't use that as a microphone if you were playing on an Xbox too, because you're going to be probably sitting a little bit farther from the computer itself. But you can use it for all these things, and that'd be great. And then you can, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do this stream, but I was going to show you how you can do some light video editing with a laptop like this. I'll probably show it off in a different stream. Yeah, so you can definitely do it. Just go for it. Okay, let's see. You're going to get this? Yeah, so definitely like flick shots, real hard. Playing cloud gaming at 720p 30, not going to be making any flick shots. But that's why I'm not playing Strix or anything. Not that I'm good with Strix, but so there's some limitations. But like honestly, like I heal a lot with Ceres. That like is so easy mode healing with Ceres. Oh, I didn't even buy, guys. I'm total potato. I like totally forgot. I was just ranting over here. Yeah, like I heal with Ceres a lot. Like you don't even have to aim. Like Ceres is basically auto aim. It's like you can totally play Ceres, stream, Paladins, and because it's cloud gaming, it's like, it's whatever. Like you don't have to. You can play whatever game you want. It's going to be the same like amount of demand on your hardware. Like you could play Minecraft. I don't know if Minecraft's on GeForce now, but you can play Cyberpunk on this, and like it'll be the exact same performance as playing this, right? Like it's kind of wild, right? Like that's the advantage of doing it this way is you can play whatever you want, and it'll be the exact same performance. So it's kind of cool. Just kind of a cool thing. But yeah, I don't even, guys. So this is like not like a typical streaming setup. I don't even have a second monitor, so I'm just ranting to myself here. Like I can't even see if there's anyone in chat or anything. I doubt there's anyone in chat. I have like 6 subscribers, so yeah. So this this is it. This is that's all there is to it. No, he got me. How does he have wings? How does Androxus get wings? Oh, we capped. Yeah, guys. So this game's going well. Yes. Actually, don't even know what my damage is. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been paying attention much. Yeah. I was gonna play a game of Ceres after this, but I'm a little worried my kid's gonna wake up soon, so probably after this game, just show you some eBay listings and just show you an example of what you can. That was weird. I have no idea what you're talking about. Of like exactly what things you would buy. Yeah. All right. All right. Focus. All right. Let's see if there's a good time to burn alt and get this going. Is this a good time to use alt? Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Great time for alt. That was a pretty clutch alt. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, I'm getting murked. Sprint in circles. Cardio is good for you. Yeah, see like that. Like I totally missed the tracking there. I I would have got that on my gaming PC, but it's okay. All right, do it. Nice. Well, yeah, I think that's probably it for gaming. Um, but here, one sec. Let me just close out of GeForce Now. Actually, I want to check my damage first. Then we'll close down GeForce Now. And I wow, that's my award, guys. I definitely did not. Well, to be fair, that was a very quick game, so racking up the damage was pretty hard. And I usually main Ceres. Um, yeah. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna close down GeForce Now and then show you some stuff. So yeah, like I said, I was using GeForce Now, right? So I have a free account. So like if I queue in, I have to wait, which is why I was already loaded in when I started the stream, just so that I wouldn't have to wait. But if you want to pay, it's like $10 a month to like get priority or whatever. Um, and it's not bad. It's a pretty good service. Like I said, the latency feels like remarkably good. Like I tried this last time I tried was probably over a year ago, and I could not play a shooter. Like you say, like I play RuneScape. Like you can play RuneScape on here. I don't even know why. I have RuneScape for my Chromebook. I play RuneScape on my Chromebook using GeForce Now. But yeah, like I couldn't play shooters before, but it feels much better now. So definitely worth a shot if you haven't used GeForce Now in a while. But yeah, so I pulled up some here's like an eBay listing. So this is so I have a ThinkPad E570, and that runs an i7 7500U. And so I'm recommending the ThinkPad T460 S just because it's just a nicer laptop. This is like a clunky, chunky laptop that is not very nice. Um, but the T460S is like a nice, like sleek laptop, and it's a perfectly capable laptop. My brother-in-law has it. He did his entire bachelor's and master's in engineering. He does CAD work on it, some hobby 3D printing, coding, running VMs, using Docker. Like he uses it as a workhorse. I'm surprised at how much he uses it, but um, yeah, so like I would get this. 6th gen i5 or 6th gen i7 is great. These i5s with 8 gigs are like they're all over the place. You can buy them like any day of the week for under $200 easily. Like usually around 150. You can find an i7 and even 16 gigs. That'd be great. I'm pretty sure you can upgrade the RAM on these because these older ThinkPads were very repairable. So great. I would get a 256 gig SSD just so you have some space for Windows and saving and stuff, saving videos and stuff. And then 1080p screen. Most of these come with 1080p because this was like a nicer model. But that's just so your screen doesn't look like a potato. But yeah, so this is like, I would say $150 for one of these would be great. Like i5 8 gigs at $150, super easy to find. And then you just pick up a mouse. Like I have like a $10 mouse. And then you can grab like a headset too. And you know, that may be nice, like a $20 headset. Did I still have it? Yeah, like this right here, like a $20 Logitech headset, just USB. This would be fine. I pulled this up earlier. This is just the difference between the i5 and the T460S and the CPU that I'm using on my laptop right now. There's not a whole lot different. They're both two dual-core processors, both 14 nanometer. Back when Intel was like stuck on 14 nanometer doing nothing. And the only real difference is the 10-bit HEVC like encoding, which I mean, you can still use 8-bit HEVC, which is fine. If you don't know what HEVC is, then you probably don't even care. It's not a big deal. It's just some useful thing for some video work. But the big thing is that you have H.264 encode and decode. The 5th gen chips also have this, but they don't have any HEVC support, which is like a bit of a bummer because it is a cool codec that kind of expands your options for a lot of things. But like, you know, if you scroll through this, like the processor performance, like single core is a little bit slower, but multi-core is the same, and then you know, just a little bit slower, but you get the iGPU and it's like about the same too. So I think it's a great option. But the big thing, like I said, is that the you can't do desktop capture. I tried it and it hammers the iGPU in this. So what you need to do is pick up one of these super cheap capture cards. What you do is you just plug an HDMI cable from your laptop into this little dongle, and then USB back into your laptop. So what that does is you can duplicate your monitor. So it's like as if you had two screens that were mirrored, but this is picking it up, converting it to a webcam signal, and then bringing it back into your computer. And so I set mine up for 1080p 30 in Windows, so it's 1080p mirroring my 1080p laptop screen, and I clocked it down to 30 hertz just so that it doesn't use as much of the iGPU. And then in the capture card itself, using OBS, you can change the resolution scaling, and so I have it downscaling to 720p 30 FPS. So when it's coming in, it's using even less processing power to pull it in. Yeah, I can just run through OBS real quick. So yeah, basically, all right, let's go through settings first. So basically, we're just streaming to YouTube. You can do this on Twitch, just fine. I like YouTube. YouTube has better codec support and all this stuff, but for something like this, like you really don't have the flexibility because you don't have the hardware to use all the fancy new stuff. But yeah, so 4500 bit rate using hardware QSV. So this is Intel QuickSync. So this is what is the accelerated GPU accelerated encoding. Basically, if you tried this on a dual core processor, like on X264 software encoding, it would just die. So that's why Intel is super great here. AMD hardware encoders, like not so good. There is some HEV support, and like I don't have an older AMD, so I can't really test what's what, but like maybe the Ryzen like 3500U, 2500U, maybe those would be okay. Like if you had like a early Ryzen processor, I think you could get away with streaming on those. Don't quote me on that. And then we're doing 720p 30 FPS for canvas and output. So even though I have a 1080p monitor, the canvas is 720p because I'm not actually capturing my monitor. What I'm doing is I'm using this. It's just USB video because it's just some generic like knockoff from China. But this is the capture card, so it's pulling the HDMI out. But in OBS, I set it to custom, and OBS is telling the capture card to scale it to 720 30 FPS and pulling that in. And so that I found helps a lot with the processing power. And then I just have like a little border and my webcam. This is the laptop screen webcam. Like this is it wobbling right here. This is me moving the screen. So this is just a webcam from the laptop. So free webcam. I mean, it's not great, but like decent light. I have a lamp here shining on my wall. It's not very bright. I have a window over there coming in, filling in, and a fairly nice white kitchen that's like well lit. At night, this is gonna look like absolute garbage, but get a desk lamp, put it behind your monitor, point it straight at the wall, and it'll bounce off and diffuse the light over your face. It'll look fine. I mean, like, because this little window is shrunk down to like 200. I think it's like 300 by 200 or something. It's like absolutely tiny. So for 720p webcam squished that far, like you're not gonna see like detail anyways. And if you want to do like a talking head like full screen shot, like yeah, maybe you get a webcam. I mean, you can pick up webcams for like $30 too that are decent. This is application audio capture, so this is just grabbing audio from GeForce NOW, whatever game is running on GeForce NOW. And this is the microphone built into the laptop. So again, I'm not even using my headset right now. This is not free, but included, right? And then that's just to cover my like my username on Chrome and stuff. But yeah, so this is the entire setup. It's pretty straightforward. But yeah, this is, I mean, GeForce Now really is the meat behind this whole thing. Well, GeForce Now and Intel QuickSync. But yeah, this that was it. If you enjoyed this, great. I hope if you want to stream and you never knew if you could, and I hope this helps you figure out that you can. And yeah, go for it. Just try it. It's fun. I mean, it's just cool to mess around with. If you have friends that will tune in, you can chat with, or you can meet new people. It's just a little bit of fun. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.